Good morning, everybody. Welcome to Fishery. Today I want to talk to you about the fish calendar. Yeah, it's the fish zodiac calendar. Well, not really. It's the fish sales calendar and how local or independent fish stores are impacted by the seasons and the holidays and what time of year it is. And I just wanted to mention, as I was looking at my analytics, that YouTubers also follow a similar path in the fish keeping world, in that we see a slump certain times of the year in viewership because everybody's going outside, everybody's enjoying themselves, going fishing, camping, vacation, whatever it may be. Those things always happen in the summer, and people tend to want to be out in the garden or out with real fish, or out, whatever it may be, doing outside, doing sports, things like that. Kids are sometimes home from school in the summer. Now a lot of schools actually kind of run through the summer depending on where you live. But in the Northern Hemisphere in general, we kind of have a calendar or a pattern. And so I wanted to run through that really quick. And I wanted to kind of highlight some of the things that you could be interested in or do to support independent and local fish stores, or LFSs as we call them, throughout the year, because this can be a particularly hard time starting right now going through kind of August. A lot of times that's when they're having their leanest time of the year, and they have to kind of make up for it all in November, December, and sometimes January now too. Seems to be with gift certificates and Cyber Monday and all that kind of stuff. It seems like it kind of starts now at the end of October. They start doing some sales and things, but due to the climate in the United States and how cold it gets, a lot of times they have to stop shipping before Christmas. So right then, when you'd think a lot of people would be interested in buying fish for loved ones or friends, a lot of times the second week of December, everyone stops shipping fish around the country due to how cold it gets, negative 30 or 40 in the Midwest sometimes, or Montana and places like that. And then there's other places like Florida where the temperature is really not the issue at all. But I'm curious to know if it follows those same patterns, that there's a big dip or that places close to give employees some time off, whatever it may be. But here in Seattle, and specifically Edmonds Shoreline, just north of Seattle, I noticed that we have Aquarium Co-op here, which is a big presence, of course, in the local fish clubs, and also in the just the presence of our local fish stores around here. We've got Aquarium Zen, which is an incredible shop, Sierra, Denny's. There's a number of shops right around Seattle that are still independent and kind of family owned or single owner owned. Aquarium Co-op's getting bigger and bigger now, that's great to see. They've got a lot of employees now, but it's something to think about, whether it's your local fish store or it's a fish tuber or whatever. If you are someone who likes to keep fish throughout the year, it's just a reminder that, there's lots of fun things to do in the summer. You can go tubbing, as they say, summer tubbing, where you keep things like Medaka rice fish or mountain white cloud minnows, meteor minnows, rosy barbs, gold barbs, Radnocentris ornatus, the rainbow fish that are beautiful. You can do all sorts of things in your own backyard. You can keep native fish. You can go collecting native fish. And something I want to encourage is, where it's legal, like a lot of states, you can collect 5 a day. So you could go for a week, collect your 5 a day, and at the end of the week, Saturday or Sunday, you could, in a lot of places, but check the legality of this, you could then go turn in any non-game fish that are native, interesting aquarium species, darters, daces, shiners, things like that. You could turn in whatever your limit or quota is. A lot of times they're considered bait fish legally, and that's kind of this gray area that allows some of the native fish. Of course, you want to make sure they're not endangered or protected, but that's something that can kind of encourage the hobby and also help year-round fish keeping outdoors even in colder climates. Things like pumpkin seed fish or sticklebacks, really interesting fish here in Seattle. And we're in one of the states with the least amount of fish diversity in the whole country up here. That is naturally. And so I just wanted to encourage you guys, as we're going into this June, July, August time period, to remember that the stores kind of do their slowest business oftentimes during this time. Again, families going on vacation, people going outside, going camping, wanting to be out in the nature rather than in their house. And especially here in Seattle, where it rains and it's cold, it's not super popular to want to be outdoors in the winter necessarily. You do have some people skiing and things like that, but for the most part, people bundle up and they do their indoor hobbies and their garage bands and making music and things like that. Seattle's got a stereotype for that, of course, because of how much it rains. But I just wanted to remind you guys that there is that pattern, and that usually sales pick up around September as people are thinking about gearing up for the winter and what they want to work on for projects and restocking tanks. As the holidays start to approach, people think, oh, I want to fix up my tanks and have the ones in the community spaces of my house where guests will see them looking nice. And they tend to buy more plants and things like that. And also, a lot of times people just tend to kind of treat themselves as it gets colder and as it's the holiday season, and they're buying gifts for others and things. Or they're buying, gift certificates and things like that. So that's always great. And we always have this, Black Fridays and Cyber Mondays and all that kind of stuff. And I don't, necessarily think it should be some big consumerist, based holiday thing all the time, but I do definitely like supporting like Small Business Saturday and things like that, and that includes a lot of the online stores. So I just wanted to give a shout out to all my fellow fish tubers, who I know sometimes it gets a little slow as everyone's going back to their active lives outside, and also just remind viewers that we do appreciate you guys, the views, your input, your thoughts, so much all throughout the year, but of course throughout the summer too, summer evenings and things. As technology becomes more ubiquitous and people are watching on mobile, I do seem to notice though that the last 6 years that I've been on YouTube, the summers are slumps, but a little bit less for YouTube each year, it seems like. And maybe that's because people are getting glued to their phones. Maybe that's not the best thing, I don't know. I want you guys to live your life to the fullest. Let your fish live their lives to the fullest. Fix up their tanks all year round. Make them look good. Polish your skills as an aquascaper if that's something you're into, or as a plant horticulturalist and a fish breeder. And, this is a good time to breed fish. Right now, last month through now and next month, breed your fish, then put them outside in tubs, get them that natural sunlight, and then, turn them into the fish shops in, say, September, and they'll be all fat on insects and things from growing outside, especially in warmer climates. But even up here in Seattle, you can do this. So I'm sure Maine and, wherever, Minnesota, Michigan, the Dakotas, you guys can do it too. You guys have nice warm summers oftentimes. And it's just something to look forward to, something I wanted to remind everyone of, but also to support your local store and support the online stores, because a lot of times people don't think of them as local or independent. So I'm going to link the same things I always do, the same stores and causes that I always like to support, in the description below. I've got some discounts if you guys are interested in any of them. As always, those are affiliate links, supports the channel. But if nothing else, I just want to encourage you guys to have a great summer, and just to keep in mind, stop in your local fish store once in a while. Maybe even try selling some stuff to them. Breed some fish over the summer. Try summer tubbing. All right, guys. Well, I hope you have an excellent day. And of course, I will be streaming later this afternoon, but I just wanted to say hello. It's a Friday. And if you didn't know, I stream on Tuesdays and Fridays, 4:30 p.m. Pacific, and that would be 7:30 p.m. Pacific, depending on traffic, when I get home, oftentimes from the things I go out and do and meetings I have some days. And so I'd love to have you come by, and maybe I'll be putting that in the banner of my videos. But in any case, if you can think of, you know, any species that you think aren't really utilized in summer tubbing, but you've had success with them, you're someone who keeps them, I'd love to hear about that as a comment for this video. So thanks for watching, you guys. Have a great day, and I will see you later. Bye.